up in Ibigogwe, and that's my home. And even my parents grew up there. So, but I have never seen any person coming there. I've never seen any tourist.
Any outside visitors coming?
No.
Right.
Even any newspaper like trying to highlight the beauty of
the area, right?
Yeah. So then I said I can use my social media. Let me try, because by that time I didn't have any platforms. I say let me try to use social media to promote my home. And I really wanted it, like I wanted the world to see the beauty of my home.
Welcome to Man, the space where we have honest, grounded conversations about what it really means to be a man today. We like to think of it as regular guys with incredible conversations. In this episode, we're diving into a story that many men can relate to, but few talk about openly. Life in a blended family. Our guest today is a man who not only navigates the challenges of fatherhood and partnership, but also works in a field where responsibility and precision are everything, the world of guns and firearms. We'll explore how he balances these two demanding roles as a protector at home and at work, and what lessons he's learned along the way about trust, masculinity, and love in a modern family. Right, let's get into it. Hello everyone, welcome to Man. I'm your host, Hugo de Batika. On the show today, Richard Bregger. Rich, thanks for coming onto the show.
Thank you for having me.
Big conversation is around blended family. You know, when you look at the incidence of divorce nowadays, it's a conversation you cannot afford not to have. You're obviously in a blended family. Just walk us through how that came about.
Correct, yeah, I am. And fortunately for me, I knew my partner for way before we actually got together, and we seen one another go through marriage and both of us going through divorce. And it's been good. So we kind of like, I would call it soulmates, you know. We've got together 5 children. Well, yeah. She previously she had 2. I've got 2 on my side, and we've got 1 together. So that's 5 children, but they're all pretty, I've got big kids.
What are the ages of the children?
2 of them are 22. On her side, a girl, on my side, a girl. And then the third born is 19 years old. Yeah. That's the only boy. And then fourthly is my daughter. She's 17, turning 18 next year. And lastly, 6 years old. So there's a huge gap there, but it's great. The kids do so much, you know, for us as well. So
Rich, let's start from bringing everybody together. So there's obviously sometimes it's the in-laws, and everybody has that. But it's about the kids, yes. Right? Fighting for attention. Yeah. It's about the values, your values versus her values. Yeah. It's also about the values of the exes and their involvement, right? And I don't imagine that all of this was downhill, that there must have been some challenges.
Oh, yes.
What were the conversations that you and your wife had when you decided you were going to form this blended family?
Well, first of all, you've got to be ready to get into such a thing. And the preparedness, lots of discussions. You've got to have the same vision, the same goals, and all that, you know. It's been a hell of a journey.
Did you differ in any way on what you guys wanted for the family and then have to compromise?
No, I wouldn't say so. I wouldn't say so. It's been, on that part, it's been good, because our discussions, you know, go hand in hand. Yeah. And then, of course, we come up with one decision, and we deal with the kids accordingly. And like you rightfully mentioned, kids wanting different attention, they're all different in their own way. You know, be it good, bad, ugly. We all go through stages in life, and you know, we've come through this. The adolescence part, and I'm saying 2 of them are 22, we've got 1 or 2 of them going through.
How long have you guys been married?
Together approximately 10 years, but we've been married 6 years, 2019.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's...
so the kids were much younger than they are now?
Yes,
when you guys started seeing each other?
Yes, yeah.
And did you then how were you introduced to the kids? At what point? I don't imagine.
Like I said, we knew one another
Okay.
from before, so even the kids knew one another.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, so that was good. And eventually, after she got divorced and I got divorced, and a couple of years later, we kicked it off.
So what made you think that she was the right woman for you? I mean,
Yeah.
Well, I think before we even get there, right? You'd met a woman that I'd imagine thought you were going to be with for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Right. But you had to go into another marriage to find your soulmate. What is it that you didn't know when you first got married, or what did you discover in marriage in order to then discover that, okay, this is the right woman for me?
Yeah, her positivity towards me, her instant love she showed me, compassion. She's just one of a kind, and it came together like a dream. And I would call it literally a dream because that's how it worked out. I actually did have a dream about her, and I told her this. I called her up. Obviously, by that time we were both out of our previous partnerships, and I called up and I said, I had a dream about you, and it was, everything was right, and she fell for it.
I hope you didn't make up the dream.
No, absolutely not. It was genuine. It was absolutely genuine. And yeah, she fell for it, and everything was right from then until now. Yeah.
Are you a spiritual man?
I would say yes now, yeah. My wife is very spiritual, and we're both taking that journey together now as we speak.
So do you think that this was almost predestined because you had that dream?
Yes.
So if it wasn't for the dream, you wouldn't have reached out?
I think I would have been a bit worried.
Yeah.
But when you start getting those sort of visions and stuff coming to you, then it all starts to make sense. Yeah.
Now we often talk about baby mama drama or baby daddy drama, right?
Yeah.
Has that been a factor at all in your marriage? Have you had a deal with your ex? Tell her you've moved on, or your partner deal with her ex?
Yeah. Not in a big way, to be honest. We've managed to deal with the situations without having any sort of, fights or anything like that there. We both know that if it's on my part, I got to deal with my ex, and we sit down, talk as adults, get it over with, and understand that this is life, and this is what we go through, and we're doing all this for the benefit of the children, not for us. But yeah, no big hassles or fights or anything like that there.
What do your kids call you? Your stepkids?
On my wife's side, they call me uncle. Yeah, sometimes they call me dad. It's not all the time. I think it's a long journey, and it doesn't just happen overnight. So they still I would say maybe sometimes they're just a bit shy or something. But yeah, sometimes it comes out dad, and I feel really good when that happens. But yeah, most of the time it's Uncle Richard, and which is fine as well.
Did you ever have to have a conversation with them about, or certainly their mum, about not replacing their dad? Because I often feel that kids accept you, or sometimes they won't accept you because they feel you're trying to replace the parent.
The parent. So yes, a lot of the time we went through that. Our son had to go through a bit of counseling.
Yeah.
Because he took it a bit hard, not on my part coming in, but obviously the previous parent going out. But unfortunately, on that side, the father doesn't step up to the plate.
Okay.
So he's actually not involved, but he chooses. So nothing to do with us or anything like that there. So, and on my part, my kids actually prefer to stay with their mum, which is good because we all mummy's kids.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Being daddy's baby, sometimes it's not all the time. So yeah, no, it's been good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when we come back, we're going to talk about you've mentioned about your ex's husband.
Mm-hmm.
not stepping up to the party.
My wife's ex.
Your wife's ex.
Yeah.
I beg your pardon, your wife's ex, not stepping up to the party.
Yeah.
And obviously, what we want to talk about is how much you step up to the plate.
Sure.
Now that you don't live with your kids. You're watching Man to Man, Richard Bregger in the building. And our conversation today is around blended families. We're back in a moment.
In this business, how you start sets the tone for everything else.
Quick service, clean rides, and zero drama. When you land with purpose, you don't wait around. You move. No stress, just the keys to get moving. Legacy gets it right.
Fast, friendly, and professional service. I'm Hugo de Batika, host of Man to Man. This is how you travel the legacy way.
Hello everyone, thank you for staying with us on the show today. You're watching Man to Man and we're talking all about blended families. Richard, before the break, one of the things we talked about is stepping up to the plate as a man, as a father who doesn't live with his children. Now, one of the things you talked about is your current situation. Just how difficult is it to be present for your kids when you don't live with them?
Well, you mean my two kids?
Your two kids.
Yeah, so they stay with their mum, but I'm there 100% fully supportive of everything they want to do in life and stuff. So yeah, I wouldn't call it hard. It comes natural with being a father.
How often do you see them?
Every weekend, at least. Yeah. Sometimes the elder one does come stay with us because of work and stuff like that. So getting to and from work, she'll be with us. But if she decides she wants to spend the week by her mum, I don't dispute that.
Yeah.
But I see them very often, and we talk a lot on the phone or.
Just remind us, how old were your girls when you
12.
when you got divorced?
About 12 and 7. So we're talking about 10 years ago. So 7 and 12. They're like 4 years apart.
So that conversation with them when you were moving on.
Yeah.
Right. How do you get them to understand?
That was difficult.
Yeah.
Because they were still a bit young, but that was the hardest thing to have to do. You decide that, look, you're getting out of a marriage and stuff, that's you. But then you've got to deal with the children.
Yeah.
So like we say, they were young, but the conversation had to happen. And whether they understood it at the time or not, I can't really say. Maybe it was like a, bar meeting, but constant talking and keeping up with being there and being supportive with them is worked out.
Do you remember the sort of questions they asked you?
No, not offhand, to be honest. Yeah. Not offhand. However, the little one, when we did discuss it with her, she was like, "Ooh, I'm going to have 2 mummies now." And we were like, "Yeah, that's what's going to happen." And that's
I suppose when she's at that age, she's a lot more innocent and doesn't really have those.
Yeah, they don't have the correct questions to ask. And I'm sure they've gone through phases of how they've handled it, coming from young, it could be exciting, and then as they go along, when we start being more towards discipline and stuff like that, then they start to feel, ooh, I want to go to my mommy or something like that, you know what I mean? But I think they've adjusted quite well as we speak.
Well, you raise an important issue, Rich, and that's the issue of disciplining. Firstly, your stepchildren, and versus your own children. Do you use the same rod, so to speak, same sort of measure?
Yes.
And then the reaction that you get, is it the same? Is it?
They'll differ.
Yeah.
But we use the same rod. There's no they're not my stepchildren.
Yeah.
They're my children. Yeah, look, the word is stepchild, but to me, I don't like to use that word. It's more like when people are joking, oh, you're treating me like a stepchild. No.
Yeah.
I prefer to keep it as children, you know. They all need the same amount of love and affection and treatment. When it comes to discipline or boundaries or whatever, you know, we'll discuss with my wife first to say that this is the route of action we're going to take, and then they should know that we've both made this decision. Not if I'm disciplining my son and he runs to his mom because he thinks that's the weakest link, you know, to say, oh, if I tell her, then she's going to deal with him. No, it's not that way. We treat them all the same, fairly, because they're kids, you know.
You raised the issue of your son. You and I had a conversation a few weeks ago.
Correct.
Around raising sons to be emotionally intelligent, but also equipping sons with a skill set to be tough, right? Because the world is a harsh place. I mean, it's a jungle out there, right? So, in as much as you need to be able to relate or be in touch with your feelings, you got to man up.
You got to man up.
Yeah. So how do you manage that? How have you managed that with your son? Have there been challenges? Has he grown? Have you grown in that process?
Yes. So I do treat him obviously a little bit different, being a man, because I've got to make him understand. So he does duties. I mean, right now he's training to become a chef. So and he's good at it. You know, we get him to cook.
Yeah.
I love cooking. I do a lot of cooking, but he does the cooking as well. Looking after his sisters, making sure that he fends for his sisters, especially like the younger one now. So he does school runs. He takes her to ballet on the weekends and stuff. That never complains.
How do you marry your beliefs as a father, also as a son, to discipline and conversation that sometimes you have with some of your clients?
Yeah, so the line of business, I mean, yes, it's very strict. You've got to be very level-headed to make it happen, abide by the law. You know, yes, guns, people think or always of the impression that they're dangerous.
Yeah.
Yes, they are, but only when you misused, used with bad intention and stuff. You know, we got to try and educate people that abiding by the law helps. All this danger comes with trusting that you can actually do this. You know, we deal with a lot of people on a daily basis. I mean, I've been doing it for 24 years this year, and I've never had a problem, you know. So, yeah, just level-headedness, passing it on to your, you know, my son. I didn't take them to, or I prefer not to have them under my wing or saying, come, do what I do at work and stuff like that. We made them make their own decisions of what they want to be in life, and they move on. So that was I think that was also tough, because they think, oh, Dad's got a company, we'll just go and work for him. But it doesn't work that way. I don't hire family. I don't. I prefer that they move on into what they actually want to do and enjoy, like I do. It's a passion.
Interesting philosophy, Rich. Stay with us. We're back in a moment. You're watching Man to Man. Don't go away. this, you're watching Man to Man. Richard, what for you has been the most rewarding part of being in a blended family?
My most rewarding part is seeing the love that we have for one another, coming from different families, growing together, and achieving all our individual goals and visions, and actually accomplishing them. And so far, all that we've discussed with our children about career and stuff like that is going very well. I must say, we've got 2 beauty therapists in the family. Our eldest daughter is in Qatar. She works for a beauty therapy company there. The second one is nurse aide. She actually works at Boreal Trauma.
Yeah.
I'd say the boy is doing chefing. He's just about to finish. The third girl is also into beauty therapy and makeup artistry. And the little one, we slowly getting her into what she wants to do and stuff like that. Obviously, she still wants to be a ballerina and stuff like that, but it will come. So, that's been very rewarding, seeing them and they enjoy their jobs. So
you've given them a measure of independence and not dictated where they should go, what sort of careers they should take.
Absolutely. We've just rolled it as, we all just free spirits, and they're doing very well. They all chose their parts, and it's good.
And the misconceptions about blended families?
Yeah, misconceptions, I think, like we say, it's very big out there with stepchildren. People treat their children and stepchildren differently. We know this because we see it in the news and stuff like this here. But when you step up to the plate, you got to be ready for this here. You got to be absolutely ready. Don't waste people's or your partner's time. Decide, be ready, and do it 100%. Always be there, and that's the only way the children will trust you to say, but my dad is always there for me. Whether it's the children or the stepchildren, they need to know that you're always there for them. It builds a lot of trust between us.
Let me throw in a question at you. So, if your biological kid and your stepchild, I know you don't like the word stepchild, but for purposes of this illustration,
no
problem. Had a need, and you could only satisfy the one need, how would you decide on which way to go?
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to. I would not supply any need at that stage. And we've explained to them that we're all different in different stages in life. So you're all going to have turns as you grow. So your turn will come when it's time to. So we've taken it in stages. Like I say, our firstborn is gone. She's left the house. She's left the nest.
Yeah.
And I think eventually maybe all of them will, once they gain experience and stuff like that, the other side here, who knows, but I'm not forcing anybody anyway. But I'd rather not do and show favoritism to anyone particular at that particular time. So I would put it on hold until I'm ready to do for both of them. But your time comes, and they have to understand that.
We often say that, in fact, there's a debate about love being a decision or a feeling, right? And I'd imagine that you have all 5 children the same.
Equally.
How did you grow to love your kids? Was it a feeling, or did you decide? Because I think it makes sense, right, to ask that, because you have these kids. Yes, you've known them over time, but they aren't your children, and you probably like them, right? But you want to move from them just knowing Uncle Rich likes us to Dad loves us.
Yeah, so it's a feeling, as we, on a daily basis, things happen. They're really good kids. So, it was a feeling to say, but, and we all deserve a second chance in life, So these things happen. We parents separate, and we all deserve a second chance. So I believe that they deserve a second chance, and I'm giving it to them to be loved by not a stepdad but a father. Yeah.
If you were to go back into either your career or family life and do one thing different, what would it be?
Nothing. I wouldn't do anything. I'm content where I am. The good, the bad, the ugly that we've gone through has made us who we all are today. So I wouldn't change a thing of how things have played out.
And when you speak to men and they talk to you about, or you tell them you have a blended family, what's been the most common question?
How do you do it? How do you manage it?
And your answer is?
Tender love and care. You know, it doesn't mean you're a man, you've got to be rough and tough or anything like that. There comes that point, yes, but just TLC. Just give
and that's obviously worked.
It's worked well. Pour it out to the children, pour it out to your partner. It's working. It works for me.
As we wrap, two things. I suppose the first thing is we're talking about family traditions. Christmas is on the horizon. Do you have a family tradition around Christmas?
Absolutely. And it's spent at home. We don't go anywhere. That is the time we are at home, cooking, laughing, drinking. Yeah, it's a pastime.
So who cooks? Does everybody get involved?
Everybody gets involved. We all cook. We all cook at a rate that I'm cooking. We cook up a storm. Yeah.
Do you have family coming over, or is it just your
yeah, most of the time we're like, oh guys, let's do it just us, for once, but no, never happens. Always a full house at our house. Always. Yeah.
Fantastic. And Rich, as we wrap, advice to men who are asking the question, they're faced with a situation of a blended family, a lot of divorces out there based on statistics, and obviously people we know. Advice on handling blended family, a blended union?
Yes, absolutely. Be patient. Take your time, because you've got to get to know each and everybody differently. So take your time. Don't expect an instant family overnight, because you've gotten involved with your lady partner and you're not going to take care of the kids and stuff like that. I think then forget about it. You got to enjoy it. There will be very good times. There will be bad times. There will be badder times. But be patient. Take time out also to yourself as a man, to